I think they're going to be a solid team in the Big 12, and they also beat Virginia Tech by one, Xavier, and then won the championship in the last 2 minutes, beating a Memphis team that's really trying to blend in some new kids. John Calipari said he was upset with the play of his veteran players.
Dan Werner, you can see, sits down, his 4th foul of the game, so that's a loss for the Gators. He's one of their most experienced players. He and Walter Hodge, really. 1 of 2 for Jackson. He comes up with the offensive rebound, scoops it up off the glass, gets it back again, and has it blocked.
He's a physical presence on the inside, but a little limited in terms of scoring.
You know the big reason why they say he's so much more physical and so much stronger this year than last year?
No, I don't. Help me.
He got pushed around by Anuaku all last season, and he decided he better get stronger.
Yeah, you got to compete with that every day in practice. That's how you become a better team, when you have the kind of competition every day in your workouts, and you have to fight for playing time.
Jackson and steps.
Think about Syracuse. You think about the 2,000-point career scorers: Lawrence Moulton, Coleman, John Wallace, McNamara, Warwick, and Douglas. Some unbelievable names when you think about the era of Syracuse. We got to credit Dave Gavin, too, for forming that Big East that has become such a monster. I think the Big East, I told you the other day, in my 30 years at ESPN now, it's the toughest from top to bottom I've ever seen.
Well, you've got 4 teams in the top 8 of the national rankings right now, and it's early, so the rankings can fluctuate a lot. But whether it's Connecticut, whether it's Louisville, whether it's Pittsburgh, whether it's Notre Dame, these are all legitimate contenders. And then, as Jim Boeheim said, even the teams down at the bottom, like a Seton Hall, look at what Seton Hall has done. They've beaten USC and Virginia Tech already.
They've read them around. And they're picked to be 13th in the conference.
Nice kick. Galathis cut off on the baseline, turns it over. Three-guard look right now really for Syracuse. Flynn, Devendorf, and Routens all in the game together. Devendorf for 3.
They're going to get that open wing jump shot. See, the one thing about a conference so deep like that, you can have a lot of mediocrity because you all beat each other, beat the heck out of each other.
Syracuse up 7 here on Florida. 11:52 to go in the second half in Kansas City. Bob Knight will join me for Game 2, but let's get a Dickie V preview there.
Well, you know, I spoke to Bob a little bit earlier today, and he's really high on Cole Aldridge, and he certainly knows Kansas, having coached in that league. And if Bob says it, I believe it, because there's nobody I've been around who knows basketball as well as he does, and he really feels that Aldridge is going to be a special, special big man.
Well, he had some big moments for them in the national semifinal win against North Carolina last year. Had 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 blocks. So he is ready to step into a major role along with Collins, who's really the leader of that Kansas team.
Yeah, I'm hearing great things about Collins. They tell me that he has really improved from the top team before the game. Fine writer.
Walker, a great look into Alex Tyus, and Tyus has just found the seams in the zone, found the gaps, and he just goes up and he dunks the ball.
The guy that's got to get going for them is Hodge. Hodge has not scored yet. He's a veteran player, an experienced guy. He's going to start putting some points on the board. Devendorf's 2 for 9, yet Syracuse has got the lead. 18
now for Tyus. They'll lay off Joseph, daring him to shoot. Instead, he'll drive and force one up. Not a good shot. Jim Boeheim either unhappy with the shot or the lack of a foul call, and there's going to be a block on Eric Devendorf.
See, if you penetrate like this, there's Walker with a little penetration. He dumps it down inside, and Tyus with the flush and the finish. Great attack. Drive, draw, and dish. It's not fancy. It's been part of basketball for many a year, just like the screen and roll.
Galathis to inbound it for the Gators.
I'll tell you one thing about Galathis I like as well. He plays with a lot of poise. Seems to really play under control. And I love his size to be able to see over the top of that defense.
A 6'6" point guard, better than 6 assists per game last year, just a sophomore. Tyus called for shuffling the feet.
You know, it's amazing. He's leading them in steals. Yep. He's leading them in rebounding. He's leading them in scoring. He's leading them in assists. He's leading them in Mr. Popularity. He's leading them at the lunch table. He's leading them in every category.
A very, at least when we spoke to him this morning, a very quiet, humble, soft-spoken young man, but he plays with a lot of fire inside, and he is clearly the guy that makes this team go right now.
He's not quiet on that floor.
No. Good buddies with Johnny Flynn, the point guard of Syracuse. They met in the McDonald's All-American game. They were teammates there. They played at a 5-star camp and others together. Anuaku on the inside.
Anuaku got deep inside. See, that's why I'm telling you, Howard Garfield and that five-star camp has developed so many people.
Tyus again, his previous career high was 13. The sophomores got 20 tonight, and I don't know that any of the buckets has come from further than about 2 feet away from the basket.
You know, I'll tell you, 24 total points coming into this game. He's active on the inside, and they're finding him in that opening against that zone.
Yeah, the guards are doing a great job penetrating and dishing to him. Dark does a great job